Hello, my name is Joey. This is World War II, and this is my reading. The role of the Treaty of Versailles and the causes of World War II. Let's start with the Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles in 1939 ended, 1939, in 1919 ended World War One, but it planted the seeds for World War II. It imposed severe economic and territorial penalties for Germany. Germany had to accept full blame for World War One, and it lost key territories and colonies. It lost 13% of its of Germany. Its military was heavily restricted because of that, and it had to pay massive reparations, ruining its economy and the Germans. Many people fell into poverty because of it. It led to deep resentment within Germany, and it created fertile ground for Adolf Hitler to rise. He used nationalistic rhetoric, and the desire to overturn the treaty to rally support. Now, for what was going on in Spain, Spain was in the middle of a brutal civil war from 1936 to 1939 between Republicans and the Nationalists, which were like fascist aligned led by Francis Franco. The war became a testing ground for new weapons and tactics. Nazi Germany and Italy supported Franco. The Soviet Union supported the Republicans. Western democracies mostly stayed neutral. Francis won, placing a fascist dictatorship, although Spain stayed very neutral during World War II, and it relied mainly on the Axis ideology. Impact on colonial possessions and territories. World War II weakened European colonial power. Colonies contributed troops and resources but saw little reward. After the war, independence surged around across Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Japan's brief conquest in Southeast Asia disrupted colonial rule, and it showed that Europeans weren't, all high and mighty. Britain and France had lost grip on empires, and India actually gained its independence. And then we talk about Mao Zedong's version of Marxism and communism. Mao Zedong adapted Marxism to China's reality. Mao believed that revolution would come from urban working class, but he focused mainly on peasants. He believed that rural China he believed that rural China could drive a communist revolution. Mao emphasized guerrilla warfare and land reform and long-term struggle. Germany and the Soviet Union and what happened in Poland was in 1939, Germany and Soviet Union attacked the world by signing. They surprised the world by signing the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. It was a non-aggression treaty, although secretly they divided against Poland, and they entered through separate parts on separate dates, 16 days apart actually, and began their war in Poland when they invaded them. Both sides of the war tried increasing birth rates for separate reasons. The Allied nations mainly increased birth rates on the fact that so much people were being murdered, not only in World War II, but it was like the complete opposite of what Axis powers were. They promoted traditional roles and encouraged women to have more children to build their nations. They even gave out medals for women who had a significant amount of children. But Allied nations really needed a lot of power in the war. Outcomes and end treaties. The war ended in 1945 with total defeat of the Axis powers. Germany surrendered in May 1945, and Japan surrendered a little later in August of 1945 after the atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Major agreements and outcomes were Allies, they actually divided up Germany and agreed spaces where they would go. The United Nations was formed to prevent any future conflicts that may begin war again. The Nuremberg trials and originally were sent for Jews, but now prosecuted key Nazi leaders. Japan's constitution was rewritten with the U.S. Influence and banned war. And Cold War tensions almost immediately began between the USSR and the West. That is it. This one's a little short. World War II, just finished the Holocaust one. This sucks. This war was bad.